Good evening and welcome to the Financial Week. I'm Andrew Laidley. The Bank of Jamaica has intervened in the foreign exchange market for a second consecutive day. The central bank offered $15 million to authorized dealers and cambios today. That increased its total injection over the past 2 months to $110 million. And currency trading ended today with the US dollar selling for an average $147.94. The Canadian dollar sold for $112.82. The pound is going for $195.61, while the euro closed at $175.32. Now, despite the effects of COVID-19 on the economy, Jamaicans are still starting businesses. Data from the Company's Office of Jamaica show that, barring last year, 2020 has so far recorded the highest number of new company starts in the past 8 years. The number of new companies created in a year has been growing steadily since 2015, peaking last year. This graph shows that 2020 is trending closely behind. In a Twitter post, Finance Minister Nigel Clark admitted that the data seem counterintuitive, especially because the island is experiencing record economic contraction. The Finance Minister says the rush to form new companies this year is a signal that impediments to starting a business have been reduced. PSOJ Vice President Jeffrey Hall agrees.
Some of the increases reflect policy initiatives of prior years. So that includes the abolition of the asset tax on non-regulated enterprises, the abolition of the minimum business tax, and more recently, the tax credit for new businesses. It also reflects work done to make it easier to incorporate a business. So those things have a bit of a lag time and they're all coming into effect now. And so that's part of it.
Aside from that, Mr. Hall says the push towards a more digital society had a role to play in the higher than expected new company formation this year. He also noted that restrictions placed on informal enterprises in accessing government benefits forced Jamaicans to consider formal registration.
Is that there are a number of things that are requiring businesses and individuals to be more formal. So the banking system, for example, access to digital banking requires more formal involvement rather than individuals moving cash. Some of the programs that have delivered relief in the COVID environment have required recipients to be members of organizations or to be formal businesses. So on the one hand, there's an ease of doing business. On the other hand, there's a requirement to be formal in order to be successful.
In that vein, the PSOJ Vice President says he expects the reduction in informal businesses to continue beyond this year.
It's good news because it means that the informal sector is becoming formalized. And for us, that means better access to capital, which can support growth. And it potentially means more tax compliance, which is good news for everybody who benefits from public services.
The JSE index lost 1,510 points today, while the junior market index gained 13 points. Among the winners were Derrimon Trading, AMG Packaging and Paper, Blue Power Group, Caribbean Assurance Brokers, and First Rock Capital Holdings. Now on the losing side were T-Tech, Palace Amusement, Portland JSX, Kingston Wharves, and Mayberry Investments. And that's the Financial Week. I'm Andrew Laidley. Good evening.